Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create viral LinkedIn content using the Claude MCP with a powerful combination of YouTube sentiment analysis and fine-tuned AI models. I myself have been experimenting with MCP for a solid 2 months now, and I really do believe that this system is going to fundamentally change how we approach AI automations as a whole. So in this video, I'm going to show you a demo, a step-by-step breakdown of how you can set up your own cloud workflows, where we essentially are using Apify scrapers to analyze the YouTube videos, extract comment sentiment data, feed those very insights into a fine-tuned model through N8n, and generate viral LinkedIn posts automatically. And I'm going to share all the templates, N8n Workflows, and the prompts in the description, so let's get started. So as we can see over here, we have a Claude MCP project that we've created. And if we click into this, we can see that we have an N8n MCP setup, along with, if we go back, we can see that it's connected to a variety of different Apify actors. As we can see, a couple of LinkedIn ones, YouTube comment scraper, and YouTube post scraper. Where in this case, we're specifically going to be using the YouTube scraper and the YouTube comment scraper. So let's get started. So all we have to do is just say hi. And the project is actually prompted in such a way in the background that, as we can see, it is actually pretty cool. It asks us, what is the niche, topic, or keyword that you would like to research for LinkedIn content. So in this case, let's say something like AI automations for business processes. And let's give it a go. So on the background, now it is going to follow a step-by-step workflow of how exactly it should be prompting. It should be using the specific MCP tools in a guided instruction. So as we can see over here, it's actually calling the YouTube scraper, where it has automatically put in the search query, as we can see over here, AI automation for business processes. And right now it's extracting 5 results, as we can see, and the sorting order is by views. So this is all something that is configurable through the exact prompts, and I'm going to show you that. And as we can see, it has found 5 YouTube videos automations for business processes, where it's given us a couple of options. Let's take a look at these. And okay. So then what it tells us actually is that which one of these videos would you like to further analyze for the LinkedIn content? Each others, provide different insights and could make compelling lead magnets. So in this case, let's see, I think this one sounds pretty interesting actually. Content creation, I do post quite a bit about that myself on my LinkedIn channel. And yeah, so what this is going to do now is it's going to run the Apify scraper in the background to first extract the comments, as we can see, 100 different comments, to understand the reaction, pain points, insights, different triggers, and whatnot. And while this tool is running in the background, I want to actually put some emphasis on why I think this system technology is so revolutionary, because all we have to do is honestly just connect a couple of API calls in the Claude developer system, whereas previously this is an example of a end-to-end content scraping system. All of this just to scrape different types of content on social media, whereas now all we have to do is really just create one workflow over here and another workflow over here, as we can see, which is the MCP server trigger to call the fine-tune model, and that is it really. So let the the scrapers keep running, and all it is doing is, if we come over to Apify and we go to the Apify store and let's go to actors, we can see that, yep, it has actually done the analysis. So let's see, great choice, I made this, okay, let's gather. So first, number one, the potential that we have with this technology and the type of systems we can create are honestly endless. Whenever I create this, I'm like, and I see the type of outputs we're getting the top pain points, the common questions, the different type of things we can do with this. We can do ad creatives with different angles. We can scrape ads and whatnot. But yeah, let's see. Many people, can you monetize this? Will this comply with copyright laws? Do you have to pay for Opus clips? Okay, probably use Opus clips. Everything, okay. You're just stealing people's content, okay. And then, where as we can see, before we actually see the content, we can see that it actually goes into a knowledge base of best performing hooks that we've provided to it in the Claude project to find the specific hook that makes the most sense over here, which in this case, they've said how I desired outcome in next time frame. So now let's take a look. As we can see, it actually called the N8n MCP server. And what we got actually is this thing. I just automated my entire content creation in 24 hours. That's a really solid hook. Like, this is coming from someone who's grown their LinkedIn profile really quickly to 21,000 followers. And this is a solid hook. While everyone is talking about it, I built a system to make better, more strategic content. Here's the difference, okay? So as we can see, the formatting is a little bit off here, but the copy is on point. The secret, okay, I'm using AI tools wrong. I got a 20-minute breakdown. Again, this could be separated by new lines. And if you want the link, follow Connect with me, comment production, only sending it to those who connect. That is a really solid lead magnet. That is, I could easily imagine this being something I'll see on my feed with probably 500 or 1,000 comments. And then let's take a look at the other posts it generates. It gives us 3 variety of different posts. So let's take a look at the first one. So how I automated my entire content creation in just 24 hours using AI tools while 90% create more. Okay, this is also a pretty solid one. The key is building automated systems, not just AI individual. Okay, want to see how I did it? Here's what you get. Okay, the system has completely transformed. As we can see, guys, it already has the formatting. Everything is on point. So what we could do is we can actually just come in over to Claude and tell it. So if we come over here, we can say, could you just actually reformat this post to make it more visually engaging? The copy is perfectly fine as it is, but as you can see, the emojis and the lines are all in one line together. And let's just see this. I'm actually pretty curious to see what it gives us over here. So let's take a look at it. And there we go, guys. That is a really solid LinkedIn post. The hook is on point, the rehook is really good, and yep, it has a bullet point list. Want to see? I put a guide how to do it. This is a list. Here's what you get. Want the guide? Comment AI with me. PS if you know someone. Okay, it has a nice little CTA as well over here. So let's get into the exact system and how this works first of all. So let's take a look at the Claude project number 1. So what we have over here, let's click at Claude projects and let's click over here. So first, we've given it a hook library knowledge base, as we can see, of different best performing hooks that I myself have found online from different lead magnets and whatnot. And this is what we're actually going to be calling in the prompt to give it a specific hook in the knowledge base. And if you click into the project knowledge, I actually want to bring emphasis, and this is, I would say, really where a lot of the magic happens, where we give it a specific role. As we can see, I'm going to be sharing this prompt in the description below. And if we take a look, we give it exact workflow steps over here, where the first step is initial engagement and topic discovery. So you begin by greeting the user, and I can help you create viral content. What specific niche keyword would you like to research? And we provide the user in this case with examples of effective niches, SaaS marketing, automations, productivity, and whatnot. And if the user's response is too broad, guide them towards specificity with follow-up questions. And if we come over here, then we have to tell it, guys, which exact scraping tool do we want to be using, or the MCP tool in this case, which we can see is the streamer YouTube scraper. In this case, as we can see, we give it some guidance also as to how exactly you should be calling the API. And then we return it. As we can see, we do a little bit of prompting. You can take a look at this prompt. And then finally, we ask the user which one of these videos would you like to analyze further for your LinkedIn content. Where after that, we use the selected video by the user to call the streamer YouTube scraper comments scraper in this case, where we can see we have the start URL, the max comments, and the comments sort by 1. So let's take a look at what it has after that, which is conduct a structured analysis of comments, sentiment analysis, most frequently common questions, just exactly how we saw. And after that, as we can see, we ask it to get quantitative data, because this is actually what is going to inform the exact fine-tuned model that we have over here. And if you come back over here, we then use it to now reference the existing library of hooks in the knowledge base PDF and identify which hook library best aligns with the exact post, the extracted data points, the identified audience pain points, potential for generating comments, and select the most appropriate hook from the knowledge base. And then finally, as we can see, we give it we give it an idea of how exactly you should be prompting the fine-tuned model, which is the input that is going into it. And you can see over here, then finally we call very specifically use the LinkedIn post generator tool to transform your short form content into 3 distinct LinkedIn posts. And as you can see, we give it a couple more. We give it an example execution process. It is a really detailed prompt, but this is exactly what allows us to actually use the tool without it hallucinating or calling different MCPs, especially once you connect Airtable, Perplexity, a bunch of different scrapers. It is really important to prevent it from hallucinating. So the way you actually set it up is actually, guys, incredibly simple. So what you want to do is, number 1, you open Claude over here, and you need to, number 1, have the desktop app, and you need to be on the paid subscription for $20 a month, without which it's not going to work. So then what you do is you go into settings over here, and as you can see, you go into developer, right? You can already see I have 2 actors connected over here. And then what you do is click on edit configuration. So as you can see, it open a file over here, which is Claude desktop configuration.json. And if you right click it, you can open this with text edit, you can open this with cursor, VS Code, whatever you feel like. And once it is open, guys, you can actually copy this exact code I have over here. And if you give it a closer look, and let's open it a little bit more and zoom out, so we can see. So over here, what we're doing is we're calling the Claude server MCP, and actually one of the best practices when you're trying to connect different MCPs into the Claude environment, all you can actually just go is go into GPT or Claude and just say, you know, can you add this actor as well? So as you can see, let's zoom out a little bit. We have the exact URL over here. So all you have to do, guys, is as you can see, we're naming different actors over here. If we go a bit to the right, we can see we have the YouTube comment scraper, the YouTube scraper, the LinkedIn profile post. We have a LinkedIn post comment replies. So this is actually the scraper we'll be using to scrape the LinkedIn comments of a specific post. And all you have to do really is you can, you know, just come. Let's say, for instance, I want to add the ultimate Crunchbase search scraper, for instance. All I do is I come into this and I copy this into the clipboard. And then what I do is I come over here, put a comma and paste it over here. And that's all we do, guys. So you can just keep adding multiple scrapers line after line into this. So you could literally come over here, go to the Appify store, for instance. You can open the tweet scraper, Facebook ad library scraper, Instagram scraper, unlimited job scrapers, as we can see the LinkedIn job scraper. All you do once again is you come over here, copy to clipboard, and you just come here and, as we can see, delete this, and let's paste this, for instance, right? And you save it. And something you have to do, guys, is you have to enter your Appify API key. So what you do for that is you come over here, you go to settings, and you go to API and integrations. And as we can see, you have your personal API token. You simply just copy that and you paste it over here. That's all you have to do. And then for this one specifically, as we can see, this is the N8n workflow. And the reason we're using N8n is because if we come over here, we can see the way the N8n workflow works is, as we can see, first we have an MCP server trigger, where you can see there's a test URL and a production URL. What you want to do is copy the production URL, and all you have to do is come over here. As you can see, I already have it pasted, and you simply just paste it over here and save it in the file. And the way I'm gonna number one have this template in the description, so you can just copy paste it. But anyways, just to, you know, use it, you can press tab and you can search MCP, where you have the MCP server trigger, and that's all you really need. After that, what you want to do, guys, is you call a tool, and what you do is you call a N8n workflow, where you can see we've called the specific one, which is viral LinkedIn post generator, right? That's all we do. And let's come back over here then. Then what we have over here is when executed by another workflow. In this case, we put 3 OpenAI posts, where let's open one of them. We can see that we have it connected to our specialized fine-tuned model. So I've actually created if you're looking to create a specific fine-tuned model that is trained on viral LinkedIn content in your niche from creators you like, maybe it's trained on your own content. I actually have a video, and I'll put that in the description as well, because it is a bit of a setup, but I would say it is not more than 20 minutes, honestly. But it is something that is incredibly high leverage and something I still use, and I used to use a lot back in the day when I was actually trying to grow my LinkedIn profile, because it essentially is a trained AI model on only top performing LinkedIn content. So it's already trained. So if we come back over here to the Claude MCP, and let's take a look at this one. And yeah, guys, that's all we do. As you can see, we put the JSON, which is the input that is coming over from here, and all we do is then merge. That is simply all we do for the setup. It is incredibly simple, incredibly fast, and insanely high leverage. Because to create this exact system, I'm telling you, this is what we would have to do before. This is like a end-to-end content scraping automation system that we have, where it's, you know, scraping different channels and social medias. It is conducting sentiment analysis, and all of that can now be done by just hooking a couple of Appify actors into the code block that we can see over here. And what I want to show is another thing. So as we can see over here, I actually added a LinkedIn job scraper, and I added a curious code. We can see the Crunchbase scraper. So let's save this and let's give this a close. So what you want to do, guys, once you install the JSON code and you update it with your API key, you update the information, you want to actually close the Claude project and restart it. So as you can see, I've quit it, and now let's restart the Claude project. And as we can see, let's make it a little bit smaller. And now you want to come into search and tools. So once you come into this, we can see that the N8n workflow is over here, and now the actors MCP, which is the Appify actor. And let's click into this. We can see the LinkedIn job description is over here. So yes, guys, this is just a really quick video I wanted to make about how you can effortlessly connect Claude MCPs to all your favorite tools. It is an incredibly quick and simple setup, and as you can see, you can create some really good LinkedIn copy over here. And not only does this save us an incredible amount of time, instead of having to first learn how to use make.com, N8n, potentially learn how to work with different APIs and coding potentially as well, to now just operating under one workspace, where not only do we actually have a really simple setup, but we have the chat interface that we like the best. Because as you can see over here, for instance, if we come over to one of the posts it generated, I believe it was this one, we can see that it wasn't formatted perfectly, right? But now I can just come into it and tell it, hey, can you just format it perfectly? And this is genuinely a really good post. I mean, I could just copy paste this and instantly post it on LinkedIn. You can even connect this to the, what you can also do in a future use case is if we open the exact workflow that we have over here, you can actually connect it to LinkedIn as well, as we can see over here. And you can directly post it onto your LinkedIn account from the Claude MCP as well. So either way, guys, I hope this video was valuable and it was simple and easy to understand. Do let me know if you have any questions, and have a good one.